I used to be a lawyer, but I quit to become a stand-up comedian. It's a true story. Because I wanted to be a respectable member of society. And I always had people telling me, you don't belong in a courtroom, you should be on a comedy stage. Yeah, these people are called judges. So far, not one of my old clients has ever come to see my act, but I am confident that if I keep this up, they will eventually get released. Not all of my clients are in jail. Some of them got deported. Hasta la proxima. But here's the thing, all right? Now that I am just a run-of-the-mill stand-up comedian, every now and then I need to pick up what the kids call a side hustle. And I don't know if you've ever tried to apply for a job when you have lawyer on your resume. Yeah. People will say, oh, you're overqualified for this position. Have you ever heard that? You're, maybe not in this room, you're overqualified. So if you ever find yourself in that situation, maybe after a little personal development, here's what I've done, right? I've scratched everything that's impressive off my resume. I replaced it with something just a little bit different. Worked as a public defender, not anymore. Worked at Publix. Passed the New York bar. Never walked past a bar in New York. Graduated from Florida State University. Actually, that one can stay. When you're a Knoll, you're never overqualified. Yes. Any graduates of lousy universities in the house tonight? Yeah, clap it up. All right, we'll get you out of here in time for your night shift. Don't worry. But I am a much better comedian than I ever was a lawyer, which is not a strange thing. I mean, a lot of times people don't hit their stride until their second careers. I don't know if you guys remember a fella named Ronald Reagan. Don't know what you thought of him as a president, but he went from cue cards to nuclear codes, all right? Sure, he couldn't remember either of them. But there was also a guy, like, we don't hear too much about the accomplishments of Jesus of Nazareth in the field of carpentry. Walk into somebody's house, oh, Midge, that's a beautiful dinette set. Thank you, it's a Jesus. You'll notice it seats 12, but only on one side of the table. Are those dovetail joints? Well, he's not going to use nails, is he? I've got more jokes about black women's hair. Now, okay, here's the thing. Don't get upset. I joke about religion, but I don't really have any bone to pick with any particular faith. The only thing I don't like is when people act like the stories in their books are literally true. Like, I don't know how you believe that one guy put 2 leopards and 2 tigers and 2 lions on a boat. If you've ever driven a cat to the vet, because I know once a year, when it comes time for Princess Fluffington's appointment, my cat, my name, thank you very much, I give her a little fancy feast, side order of ketamine. Does she slip into a nice peaceful K home? No, not unless K stands for Kitty Kill Comedian. Well, I show up at the vet, backseat of my car looks like that scene from Pulp Fiction. And I'm a pint low on blood, and trust me, you really don't want to show up at the vet needing to get topped off from their supply. No thank you, doctor. Last year I was here, you gave me a pint of lemur juice, now I can only sleep in the daytime. There's a lot going on in that joke, and you guys did very, very well. I like it. Talking about Drugs. We had one of my favorite holidays, 420. Anybody in the house? Okay, got a few people. I don't smoke weed. That's the weed holiday. For those of you who aren't on board, I don't really smoke, but I love the holiday because you guys get so friendly. Last month I went out to my barista and she's like, Mark, let me smoke you out. I'm like, no thanks, I don't do that. I went to lunch with a buddy. He's like, I know it's not your thing. I'm like, yeah, not today. And I went to a show, everybody in the parking lots handing out weed. I'm like, guys, please, when will cocaine get a day? All right, now, look, don't judge. I've been down that road. I don't mean to make light of cocaine abuse. I myself used to get terrible cramps in my jaw from cocaine until I found out that you can just buy it with money. That joke's like health insurance. Everybody should get it, not everybody does. So. If you're next to a quiet person, make your own little Obamacare program. If you're a Republican, maybe some joke deregulation, whatever. True story. When I was still a lawyer, I was working in an office, and one time HR came around. They said, Mark, we test for drugs around here, and 2 months ago you popped for cocaine. Last week, crystal meth. Yeah. What's going on? I said, I think it's obvious my salary's not keeping up with inflation. Don't start paying me more, I'm going to be huffing glue at the Christmas party. P.S. We're out of glue. We're out of glue.